All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thanks for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover here today. And we are starting with something that literally just came out. Apparently, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is going to be coming to PlayStation after all. This is being reported by Insider Gaming. They say a reputable insider has claimed that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming to PlayStation 5 after an expired timed exclusivity window. That's according to Nate the Hate, who took the news to Twitter. Machine Games' Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will release on Xbox and PC this holiday in December as a timed console exclusive. After this timed exclusive window expires, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is planned to come to PlayStation 5 in the first half of 2025. According to Insider Gaming sources, some outlets have been given the heads up on the news and have signed NDAs, but it's currently unclear on if the information will be announced on Tuesday's opening night live or not. Nate's claim comes following another report from The Verge's Tom Warren in February, who stated that Bethesda was considering bringing Indiana Jones to the PlayStation 5. As for the information Nate the Hate received himself, the news that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will only be a timed exclusive for what appears to be less than 6 months has already had people talking about Microsoft's future strategy with its titles. So yeah, the timing of this is very peculiar because we did just hear some rumors about potentially Forza Horizon 5 being the next big game that's going to come to PlayStation, but apparently that one's not set to be announced quite yet. But then there was speculation, well, Indiana Jones is confirmed to be part of opening night live. And of course, it's a game that has been talked about for quite some time now in this realm of Xbox titles that might make their way to PlayStation sooner rather than later. And now we have at least one person here, that being Nate the Hate, saying that, listen, it's going to be announced for PlayStation. It's a timed exclusive, less than 6 months. And now Tom Henderson is also coming out saying that according to his sources, some outlets have already signed NDAs regarding this. So, again, we need to take it with a grain of salt. Nothing's official, but where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And in this case, I do believe this. The idea of Indiana Jones being a timed exclusive and making its way to PS5, it just makes sense. It's a Disney property at this point, and we've already seen some Xbox games make their way to PlayStation. And if you think back to when Phil Spencer did his interview, announcing the first 4 games like Sea of Thieves and whatnot, he was specifically asked about Indiana Jones, and he said, we're not announcing anything else today. We're just talking about these 4 games today. But there was just this heavy implication that, yeah, maybe other titles are going to be announced in the future as well. So there we go. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, apparently going to be a timed console exclusive for less than 6 months. Moving on to the next topic, we have what seems to be a direct tease of a big PlayStation 5 game being part of opening night live, that game being Death Stranding 2. This is being reported by Push Square. Gamescom Opening Night Live is the big kickoff event for Germany's huge gaming exhibition, with the one and only Jeff Keighley producing and presenting it each year. 2024's Opening Night Live is no different and is very close indeed, being broadcast in less than 48 hours. While we know a handful of games that'll be making an appearance during the showcase, it seems fairly likely we can add one more game to that list, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. While nothing has been officially confirmed at the time of this writing, Hideo Kojima, spearheading work on the sequel at Kojima Productions, has been dropping some hints lately, suggesting fans should tune in to Opening Night Live. Most recently, he has shared a new image on social media teasing an unknown performer for Death Stranding 2. Given the timing of the teaser, which Jeff Keighley also retweeted, we imagine we'll learn who this is during a new trailer shown during Gamescom. Additionally, Kojima has retweeted Jeff Keighley's own post about Opening Night Live, and there's also this, in which he appears to be reviewing/editing footage, possibly for a new trailer. Given all these little teases, it feels to us that Death Stranding 2 will be shown off during Gamescom Opening Night Live. And so, yeah, this is something that a lot of people have been paying attention to. The fact that it does seem to point in the direction of Death Stranding 2 appearing at Opening Night Live. But I do want to caution people with this, only because I mean, we've been hearing that apparently Sony is going to be doing something in September. We know that Sony is confirmed to be at Tokyo Game Show in September. So there is the chance that this teasing of Death Stranding 2 isn't actually for opening night live. It could be for something that's coming maybe sometime next month with something Sony wants to do specifically. But at the same time, Kojima's no stranger to Jeff Keighley's shows, right? He shows up very frequently, and it could simply be that maybe we'll get both. But I'm thinking there's a pretty good chance we're going to see Death Stranding 2 tomorrow during opening night live, but not going to lock it in 100%. It just seems like, again, where there's smoke, there's likely fire, and right now, when it comes to Death Stranding 2, there's a bit of smoke. So let me know your thoughts on that. Next up, we have some good news for Silent Hill 2 Remake. First and foremost, the previews are out for Silent Hill 2 Remake. And let me tell you, if you read these headlines and you read what these previews are saying, it seems that everybody who played Silent Hill 2 Remake is genuinely surprised, and in some cases just flat out shocked at just how good it actually is. They're saying that any concerns they may have had were basically just removed by the time they were done playing 3 or 4 hours of Silent Hill 2 Remake. And some other outlets were basically saying that Silent Hill 2 Remake is looking to be on the same quality level of what we've seen Capcom do with something like Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is insane to hear because, again, this is Bloober Team. And something else these outlets are saying, and this is probably the most important thing, is that the marketing of Silent Hill 2 Remake thus far has not apparently done this game justice. They're saying that, if you watch these trailers and you watch the gameplay that's been shown so far, it's not necessarily accurate of what the game is actually doing. And it's worth noting that Konami did release a new story trailer today, which people are feeling really good about. They did a great job with this trailer, really captures the essence of the game, and I think is doing a good job at winning people over. But on top of that, they released 30 minutes of new gameplay, and I watched this gameplay. We watched it on stream together, but very, very positive response. It seems like Bloober Team may actually be getting ready to pull this off, but I have to say that I was quite surprised to see just how glowing the previews were for Silent Hill 2 Remake, because, I've always been excited for this, and even when people were feeling down on it, I was still like, I'm still going to support it. I've been waiting a long time for it. But now seeing it just kind of turn over where it's like, oh, wait, hold on. Are they actually going to pull this off? It turns out that maybe the quality of this remake is much higher than we've been led to believe, or based off of what we've seen thus far. So I'm feeling much more confident about Silent Hill 2 Remake. It's also worth noting that some of these outlets are reporting that Bloober Team has in fact made changes to like the way the characters look and just some more, subtle things that maybe some people were a little bit upset about when we saw it in the last gameplay or the last trailer. Seems like Bloober Team has taken that criticism into account and is actually making some changes based off of, feedback from the fans, which is great because, if this is the result, once again, it just goes to show if you listen to the fans and you're willing to take, some constructive criticism, it can work out in the best interest of all parties. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.